the huddle. As they break the huddle, Caden Rollins down on the ball. Two running backs back behind Brody are Zach Mefford and Braxton Wisnet. Brody up underneath center, calling the signals. Coming in motion is Zach. They give the ball off to Braxton. He dives through, gets the touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown run by Braxton Wisnet. 2 yards. Hollis, if they do what we've seen in years gone by, they will go for 2 here. 7:49 to go here in the first quarter as Hollis scores their first touchdown of the year. First game of the year. Brody again comes over and gets directions from Coach Trent Shelby, takes it back to the huddle as they will be going for the 2-point conversion. Brody up underneath center, takes the snap, looks, flicks it into the end zone, into the hands on a nice little pass, into the hands of Zach Mefford, I believe it was. Makes the score 8-0. We'll step away. You stay tuned. You're with the Hollis Tigers on Paragon TV.
It's going. Okay, now show that again to me, okay? Yeah. Okay. Yep. That's what I was looking for. Okay, yep. Okay, all right. Awesome. Thanks, man. Okay. He said it was red, which means red is good, which didn't make any sense to me.
That makes no sense to me.
It made no sense to me either when I heard it.
To me, green is good.
Yeah.
Amen.
Red means uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yellow means watch out.
Yeah.
It's playing now.
Okay. And I got my camera boy up there that's doing a good job, and he doesn't even know what he's doing. But I told him just stay on the ball.
There you go. As we come back to action, Hollis about to kick the ball off again, this time doing the kicking for Hollis. Number 43. No, that can't be right. Number 47, Ray Cruz doing the kicking duties. Again, another knuckleball comes over this way. Is recovered by number 84, Wilson. He tries to cut back and gets hit by a host of Hollis Tigers, but then gets shoved forward. Gets the ball out to about the 38-yard line, it looks like, is where they're going to mark him down. Receiving that ball that time for Wilson was number 80, Landon Bruce. So the Eagles come to the field with their offense for the first time tonight. Down on the ball will be number 72, Ryan Carlisle. Quarterback is number 2, Colin Wharton. The fullback will be number 4. That is Jake Shirali. Quarterback in shotgun formation, looks over to the coach to see if there's any change to the play. All sorts of hand signaling going on from the far sideline. Twins off to the right, nobody out wide to the left here. Here comes a player in motion. Quarterback takes the ball, flag comes in. Before they could get the ball off, it may be delay of game. I'm not sure. Let's see what the official says. Nope, false start is the call. Illegal procedure against the Eagles. That'll back them up 5 yards. That'll make it 1st and 15. Ball is sitting at about the 33-yard line. As the Eagles look off to the sideline again. Coming out wide this side this time is number 21 for the Eagles. That is Dakota Chatham. Quarterback gets the snap, hands it off to a running back in the backfield, number 4. That's Shirali, and he gets brought down immediately by, I believe it was Zach Mefford in on the tackle that time. So Jake Shirali gets tackled in the backfield. So now it's 2nd down and almost about 20 right now after that 5-yard loss. Eagles come to the line of scrimmage, quarterback in shotgun formation. He takes the ball, goes to make a pass, gets it swatted away. And a Hollis player, Zach Mefford, no, they're saying he did not intercept it. The ball got slammed up in the air, and Zach Mefford just dove trying to get it. Caden Rollins was the one who hit the ball as he came out of the linebacker position into the backfield. Great job by the Hollis Tigers. That'll make it 3rd down and 20 now. Eagles again coming up to the line of scrimmage. They're a little bit slow, looking off to the sideline. Twin receivers out to the right, nobody out wide left. Quarterback again, shotgun formation. Ryan Carlisle down on the ball. Wharton calling the signals, takes a snap, looks to pass, goes to make the pass, gets it into the hands, number 21, and he dives forward. It looks like he may have enough for the 1st down. Number 21 for the Eagles, that is Dakota Chatham. And so they'll set the ball. Actually, they're going to say it's 4th down and very short where they place the ball, about a foot to go. They may call for a chain official timeout as they're going to look at things. Referee looking at the ball and at the markers. They may be going for a measurement here. Yes, they are. They get the teams to move back. We will have the chains come out to check. As they stretch the chain, about a foot short, so it will be 4th down and about a foot. 6:32 to go here in the first quarter of play. Hollis leading 8-0. And so they set the ball for play here. And so 4th and very short for the Eagles. So their coach has one of those decisions to make at this point. They are right up close to the center part of the field, close to the, well, actually the ball's sitting at the 47.5-yard line. They've got to get to the 48 to pick up the 1st down. They do have a player in punt formation. Nobody back to receive the anticipated punt for Hollis. Here comes the punt. The punt is away. Nobody back there to get it. Ball lands at the 20 and rolls out sideways right at the 20-yard line. So it wasn't a Hollis bounce. It was not an Eagles bounce either. But Hollis will take over at their own 20. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. As we are here, 6:17 to go here in the first quarter. Hollis is up 8-0. They will have the ball at their own 20. Almost as good as if it went into the end zone. One of the things that the school has done with the field this year, and it's a beautiful, beautiful field, they're well taken care of, is the actual field of play is narrower now due to the fact we are a Class B team. Field, instead of being 50 yards wide, is about 42 yards wide. As Brody Shelby up underneath center, takes the snap, keeps the ball himself, looks, turns up around the end of the line, gets all the way up to about the 29-yard line, just short of the 1st down. So that'll be 2nd and 1 from, if it's where I think it is. 2nd and 1 from about the 29. Good run that time by Brody. He saw an opening and he turned and cut up quickly that time. 5:47 on the clock as Hollis breaks the huddle. They lead 8-0 over Wilson. Caden Rollins down on the ball. Brody Shelby will be right up underneath center. Single setback. Braxton Wisnet Connor Bennett over here at the tight end spot at this end of the line. Here comes Zach Mefford. They give it to Braxton. He gets across the 30, out to the 36-yard line, it looks like. Perhaps to the 37. We'll see where they're going to mark it. That was a good run as he picked up 8 yards that time. The ball gets set at about the 37-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Hollis from their own 37. Brody again comes over and talks to Coach Trent Shelby, gets the play, takes it back to the huddle. Braxton Wisnett, sole setback. Brody right up underneath center. Going in motion is Zach Mefford. They give it to Braxton. He cuts around at the end of the line and just turns up the field, gets swallowed up very quickly. But he does pick up. Here comes some flags in. We'll see what they're going to have for the foul here, for the penalty. The ball came out to about the 43, 44-yard line. So that's about a 6-yard pickup. We'll see what they're going to say. Here comes the signal from the official. They will march it off. Dead ball, personal foul against the Eagles. That'll be a 15-yard penalty. That puts Hollis in Eagle territory and will bring the ball all the way down to the 42-yard line inside Eagle territory. And so Hollis, 1st and 10, inside the south end of the field. Ball sitting right at the 42. Hollis breaks the huddle. Connor Bennett at the tight end slot, this end of the line. You've got Zach Mefford in the backfield just off Connor's hip. Braxton Wisnett in the backfield behind Brody. Brody up underneath center. Caden down on the ball. Give the ball off to Braxton, and he just keeps pushing. Brody kept the ball. I thought he had handed it off, and I missed that. And he just went through that A-gap and picks up a good chunk of yardage here as he gets the ball down to the 37-yard line, a 5-yard pickup. That brings up 2nd and 5 now for the Tigers. Brody again comes over, gets the play from Coach Trent Shelby, takes it back. They break the huddle. This time, Zach Mefford lines up as a slot back on the far end of the line, just off the hip of Rowdy Randall. This time they pitch it out to Braxton. He goes around the far end across the 30 and out of bounds right about the 29-yard line, it looks like. So it'll be a 1st down. That was a nice 10-yard pickup that time for the Tigers as Brody pitched the ball to Braxton. That's one of those plays that can have some struggles with it because sometimes it's hard to catch that ball and it's hard to pitch it right to the right spot, and they just handled that one perfectly. As Brody goes out to the huddle to take the play into the huddle. 3:33 to go here in the first quarter. Hollis up 8-0. Brody up underneath center. Caden Rollins down on the ball. Single setback still. Braxton, Wisnett. They pitch the ball to Braxton in the backfield. Comes around this end. Turns around. Gets up the field. He gets knocked out of bounds. Looked like about the 27-yard line. Very little gain that time, though he ran a long way to get over to this end of the field. They do place the ball down about the 37-yard line. That brings up 2nd and about 7 now for the Hollis Tigers. Again, Brody comes over. He'll take the play back into the huddle as they break the huddle very quickly. Caden Rollins down on the ball. Brody Shelby right up underneath center. Takes the snap, drops back, looking to pass. Got a nice wide open Zach Mefford just about the 30-yard line, or excuse me, the 20-yard line. Gets the ball and takes a couple steps, gets up to about the 17. There is a flag in the backfield here. The officials are having a discussion with Coach Shelby. Holding is the call against Hollis, so that'll bring the ball back. It'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. And so instead of being a first down, it'll be third down and long here. The ball coming all the way back to, I believe, the 40-yard line. They set the nose of the ball right on the 40-yard line. So now it's third down and 20 for the Hollis Tigers here. Oh, they changed it and said, nope, second down and 20. At first, I was looking at the marker instead of watching the official's hands. As we get ready, he says, wind the clock. Hollis breaks the huddle. That was a good play if it wasn't for the holding, because Zach Mefford got in a little spot, just sat there, and was wide open. Brody Shelby up underneath center, calling the signals, takes a snap, comes around this end, gets past the end of the line, gets back all the way up to the 31, so he picks up 9 yards that time on second and 20. So now it's third down and 11 after that 9-yard run by Brody Shelby. Actually, they placed the ball about the 32, so it's third and 12. Caden Rollins, as they break the huddle, comes up, down on the ball. Brody Shelby right up underneath center. This time, Connor Bennett in the backfield. This time, Brody keeps the ball himself, goes around the far end, turns up the field, gets up to about the 36-yard line, I believe. Maybe the 37. We'll see here. They will place the ball at about the 37-yard line, so that'll bring up fourth down and about 7 now for the Tigers. Hollis's defense has done well against the Eagles so far tonight, so here in this field position, I would not be surprised to see them go for it. They've shown that they can pick up some decent chunks of yards. 1:40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Hollis leads 8-0. As they break the huddle, Caden Rollins down on the ball. Brody Shelby up underneath center, takes a snap, pitches out into the hands of Braxton Wisnet, comes around this end, gets across the 20, out to the 15, and pushed out of bounds there. So he picks up enough for the first down and then some. Needed 7 and picked up 12. Nice run that time by Braxton Wisnet. And he was full tilt all out when the ball got pitched to him. And so that made it hard for folks to catch up with him as he came around the end of the line, this end of the line. First down, Hollis. The ball's sitting right at the 15-yard line. Brody again comes over, gets the directions from Coach Trent Shelby. They break the huddle. Caden Rollins down on the ball, flanked by J.T. Salazar and Xavier Cervantes. Brody up underneath center, takes a snap, drops back, looking to pass. Brings the ball down, gives a stiff arm, gets wrapped up and tossed down for a loss. There's a flag in the backfield. We'll see what they're going to call here as the officials discuss things. The flag comes in an area that's not uncommon for a holding to be called, but I didn't see that. And it could be something about the way the tackle was made, but I thought he had just a handful of shirt, so the officials are talking about it. It's a long discussion for the two officials here. So clearly it was not a very simple call. Brody's over here talking to Coach Trent Shelby as the officials discuss how to handle things here. And they're going to wave off the flag. So I think they may have thought it was unnecessary roughness on that tackle, but hard telling. And so that brings up second down and about 14 after a 4-yard loss on that play as Brody got brought down in the backfield. 1:19 to go on the clock. Caden Rollins comes up to the line of scrimmage, He'll be the center. Brody right up underneath center as the quarterback. He calls the signals. Here comes Zach Mefford in motion. They hand the ball to Braxton. He goes up through the A-gap, gets up to the 15. So he picked up about 5 yards that time, 4 yards. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Hollis Tigers. As the ball is placed, actually it's at the 11, just short of the 10. We'll call it 10 and a half. I like those half-yard numbers. 40 seconds to go here on the clock here in the first quarter of play. Hollis leading 8-0. Clock down to 30 seconds. Hollis breaks the huddle with 26 seconds to go on the clock. Caden Rollins down on the ball. Brody Shelby up underneath center. Backfield is Zach Mefford and Braxton Wisnett. They pitch the ball to Zach around the end. He gets knocked down just short of the end zone, I believe. And so he will have picked up the first down for sure. It looks like they're going to place the ball about the 2-yard line here. So that was a big play by Zach Mefford as he takes the ball 13 yards on that carry. Big running play by Zach. Brody did a good job as he came around the end. He waited to the last second when he was about to be hit, getting the ball out to Zach Mefford, who is on a bit of a sweep there. And so now, 1st and goal from the 2 for the Tigers. Caden Rollins down on the ball. Brody Shelby right up underneath center. Braxton Wisnett, the sole setback. Zach Mefford off the hip of the tight end on the far side of the line. This time Brody pitches the ball out to Braxton, and he takes the ball in. There is a flag on the play. We'll see what they're going to say here. First game of the season, it's not uncommon to see a bunch of flags flying. Holding is the call against Hollis. That'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, so that'll put them back about the 12-yard line, I'm thinking, because the hold took place right about the line of scrimmage based on where the flag is. JT Salazar will come out. And they do march the ball off. And it does get set right about the 12-yard line. So to be 1st and goal from the 12 for the Hollis Tigers. Number 71 just checked the board for Hollis. That is Chris Disk, taking the place of JT Salazar on the line. Caden Rollins will be down on the ball. Brody Shelby will be right up underneath center. Connor Bennett out wide this side this time. Usually lines up as a tight end, but he's almost like a wide receiver over here this time. As Brody drops back looking to pass, finds a little lane, cuts back, gets across the 10 down to about the 5, and knocked down there, it looks like, by a host of Eagles. And so they will set the ball just inside the 5, so it'll be 2nd and goal from the 4. And that ends the first quarter. We'll step away. You stay tuned. You're with the hard-hitting Hollis Tigers on Hollis TV, a Paragon TV affiliate. Welcome back. Hollis Tiger football here on Hollis TV, a Paragon TV channel. As they move the ball to the opposite end of the field, we switch the ends of the field as the quarters change. Hollis now will be defending the goal to the south, or your right, and Wilson the goal to the north. Hollis leads at the half 8-0 after a nice little 2-yard run by Braxton Wisnet, and then they went for the 2-point conversion. And Brody Shelby took that thing in, if I remember correctly. Or no, he passed it in. And he got it into the hands of number 33, Zach Mefford, making the score 8-0. And so it'll be second and goal as we start the second quarter here. Have been a good number of flags here. We've seen at least 3 or 4 thus far. And Hollis has been called for holding about 3 times. And then there was a personal foul called against the Eagles there in the first quarter. And so that's just, like I said, first game of the season. Coaches will go back after this one and say we clearly had some good plays and we have some things that we need to work on, and that's just the way the ball games go. Players get better and better as the season progresses, hopefully. Glad to be here in Hollis tonight. Beautiful, beautiful evening. The wind has pretty much totally died down. It was a little bit out of the west earlier, but the flag's just hanging limp, fluttering just slightly. Not outstretched at all. And so as we wait for the second quarter to begin here, Eagles coming out on defense. Coach Trent Shelby in a huddle over here near the sideline with the Tigers. Whistle did blow, announcing that players need to come back out onto the field of play. 8-0, Hollis leading. 2nd and 5 as we will start the second quarter. Hollis has done well with, except for a couple times getting holding calls on short. I look at 5 yards as being short distances to go. And to me, the impressive thing tonight is Hollis was back with like 2nd and 20 a while back, and were able to convert a first down within just a couple plays. And so Hollis doing a really good job moving the ball tonight. As we come back to action, Hollis is out on the field now in the huddle. It amazes me sometimes, and there's a lot of discussion that goes on when a team comes back after being over here at the sideline. And part of it could be they were just waiting for the official to blow the whistle to say, okay, let's start play. Caden Rollins down on the ball. Brody Shelby is up underneath center. Braxton Wisnet in the backfield. Shelby keeps the ball himself. Have 2 flags come flying in. Illegal procedure, false start is going to be called against the Hollis Tigers. And so Hollis has the flag thrown against them. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. So instead of 2nd and goal from the 5, it's now 2nd and goal from the 10. And so the officials out there almost doing a dance, indicating to the coach what it was they called the flag on. Somebody, when they went to the set position, was apparently shaking their hips. And so that's why they threw the flag. Somebody was doing a little bit of oogie boogie out there, apparently. Caden Rollins down on the ball. Brody Shelby up underneath center. Single setback is Braxton Wisnet. Brody takes the snap, hands it off to Zach Mefford on a sweep, turns up the field, dives in for the touchdown. A 10-yard run for number 33. And so that makes the score 14-0. As Hollis again will likely go for the 2-point conversion. Second quarter, 11:52. So just 8 seconds gone by here in the second quarter. as Zach Mefford took the ball into the end zone. Now they'll line up for a 2-point conversion. Brody Shelby right up underneath center. This time, Brody keeps the ball looking to pass it in the end zone into Braxton Wisnet. A perfect pass to 2-point pass play. And so Hollis makes a score 16-0. We'll step away. You stay tuned. You're with the Hollis Tigers on Hollis TV. Thank you. It's not my first year. Thank you, sir. I needed that.
You bet. Oh, whoops. Yes.
As we get ready to come back to action, Ray Cruz teeing the ball up to kick it off. Back deep to receive for the Eagles is number 15. That's Isaiah Gibson. Usually the ball has gone over toward the far sideline, aimed right at Lyndon Bruce, number 80. This time they kick it over this way. Ball is called for fair catch right about the 40-yard line, 42, by number 4, Alex McKendrick. Or excuse me, Jake Shirali. And so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Ball at about the 47-yard line. Inside Eagle territory. Excuse me, the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. As they come out on the field, one player came in late, and he lines up in the backfield, number 10. That is Cole Hedgewood. Quarterback in shotgun formation, give it to Hedgewood up to the line, gets hit right there, perhaps about a foot behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by Hollis's lineman just closing down that hole as they saw him coming. And so they'll set the ball back to the original line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd and 10 now. No gain on the play for the Eagles. Coming out wide this side for the Eagles is Jake Shirali. Quarterback in shotgun formation, Colin Wharton. As he calls for the ball, calling signals, gets the snap. Flag comes in. Throws the ball down. I don't know. There's nobody over here. No other flag came in for the downing, intentional grounding, but this was a free play, I think. I don't know. They're looking at Coach Shelby to ask him what he wants to do. And so let's see what they're going to march it off against the Eagles, apparently. Illegal procedure or false start. Hollis declines that. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10. I think I kind of understand that, actually, because you'd rather not give them another play to pick up 10 yards. I mean, if you back them up, it's only 15, so it'd be 2nd and 15, and 3rd and 10 is harder to get than 2nd and 15, especially at this point on the field. Caden Rollins, as the lineman, goes around the far end. They take the ball, hand it off into the hands of number 4, Jake Shirali. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, picks up about a yard. That'll bring up 4th down and about 9, I believe. It is 4th and a long 8, short 9 for the Eagles. And they line up in punt formation here. Back to receive the anticipated punt, Connor Bennett. Every time I make that call, I'm reminded of back my early days in broadcasting and Josh Drake, who I worked with, because I one day cited something about the punt. And he said, no, it's an anticipated punt because you don't know for sure they're going to actually punt it. But they are in this case. Connor Bennett takes the ball on the run at the 30, 35, 40. Brought down at about the 44-yard line inside Hollis territory. He is brought down that time by number 12 for the Eagles. That's Lyndon Richardson. Big, big tackle from behind, but a nice run back as the run back by Connor Bennett was about a 14-yard return. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Ball will be sitting at their own 44-yard line. 10:21 to go here in the second quarter. Hollis leading 16-0. Brody Shelby again got the play from the coach over here on this sideline. Takes it in the huddle. As they come up the line of scrimmage, Caden Rollins down on the ball. Brody Shelby right up underneath center. Braxton Wisnet in the backfield. Zach Mefford lined up off the hip of the tight end on the far end of the line. Brody drops back looking to pass. Flings it up into the hands of Zach Mefford. And he was on his knees when he received the ball, so he picks up about 6 yards on that pass play. He was wide open there, but had to go down to his knees to catch the ball, and so that brings up 2nd down and a long 4 for the Hollis Tigers. Again, Brody over here talking to Coach Trent Shelby. He'll take the play into the line of scrimmage, or into the huddle. Rowdy Randall lines up this end of the line as a tight end. At the other end of the line, you've got, can't see, here comes, they give it to Braxton Wisnet. He goes up through the A-gap, gets wrapped up, and a good job on the tackle that time by number 72. That is Ryan Carlisle for the Eagles. He is one of their seniors, and I'll tell you what, he got Braxton wrapped up and was not going to let him go for anything, and Braxton was fighting hard and dragging him a little bit, but a good tackle that time by the Eagles brings up 3rd down and 1, maybe a short 2. I got to figure this is probably 4-down territory for Hollis, the way things have been going tonight. Brody Shelby right up underneath center, calling the signals, coming in motion. Zach Mefford, they give it to Braxton. He dives up through the line of scrimmage. Actually, Brody kept the ball. Brody followed Braxton through the gap, and I'll tell you what, Braxton last year, I started calling him the handyman because he could do a lot of good things for the Tigers. That time he was operating like a snowplow up in Aroostook County, Maine, and I've seen plenty of those in my lifetime, and I'll tell you what, he just cleared a path for Brody. 1st down for the Hollis Tigers, ball sitting at about the 44-yard line inside Eagle territory. Brody Shelby up in underneath center. Braxton Wisnet in the backfield. This time Brody keeps the ball himself up through the A-gap, gets up across the 35-yard line. Looks like almost enough for the 1st down. I'm not sure. The officials are going to say, yes, move the chains. So to be 1st and 10 after a 10-yard run by Brody. I don't know what he saw that time. I'm not sure if that was the planned play, but he saw nothing but open space there through the A-gap and just decided to go strolling through it. Only his stroll's a lot faster than mine. Again, Brody right up under the center. Hollis doing a little bit of hurry up here. Brody gives the ball off Zach Mefford. Zach cuts up the field, gets across the 30. So he picks up about 3 yards at that time. That'll bring up 2nd and 7 for the Tigers. 7:34 to go here in the second quarter. They actually placed the ball, yes, right at the 30-yard line. So 2nd and 7 for the Tigers as Rowdy Randall comes back in from the sidelines. Brody came over to get the play. Hollis breaks the huddle. Caden Rollins down on the ball. You got Rowdy Randall out wide to the left here. Nobody out wide right. Braxton Wisnet, the sole setback. Brody drops back looking to pass. flings the ball down the field. Wide open in the end zone. Rowdy Randall on a 30-yard pass play. Rowdy. That was a nice pass of 30 yards to Rowdy. Great job, number 15. 6:51 to go here in the second quarter. Hollis will line up and go for the two-point conversion here. 22-0 is the score here. As Brody again comes over. It was funny. I was talking to Rowdy's mom one time here. She said, Rowdy and Brody were born, but just about the same, very close to one another. And she said, I don't know what we were thinking as parents, giving the two names that were so close together, because sometimes that does get confusing. Brody up underneath center, calling the snap, pitches it out to Braxton Wisnet. He turns around up the far side of the field, dives into the end zone for the two-point conversion. So that'll be a two-point conversion by number 22, again, on a run play this time, and makes the score 24-0. We'll step away. We'll be back in 1 minute. You stay tuned. You're with the Hard Hitting Tigers on Hollis TV, a Paragon TV network.
Remember how he told me to do just to start those are the quarters, but your breaks.
Welcome back, Hollis Tiger football, as Ray Cruz kicks the ball off. Ball lands at about the 30-yard line. Turning up the field, number 15 with the ball comes across the 50, 40, 30, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, as he takes it all the way from the 25, a 75-yard return. So number 15 for the Eagles, that is Isaiah Gibson on the return. And so now the Eagles are on the board. 24-6 is the score. 6:40 to go here in the second quarter, as the Eagles will go for a two-point conversion here, I expect. You don't see a whole lot of field goals in eight-man football, has been my experience over the past few years. But my experience is very limited. I had never seen eight-man football until 3 years ago, the first game that Hollis played in that was an eight-man game. So as we get ready here, actually I think it was 4 years ago was the first time Hollis was in the eight-man. As they get ready to pitch the ball back, quarterback in the backfield being pursued, flings the ball over this way to Shirilli, and he gets nailed. Flags come down, so we'll see if the flag is an offensive or defensive foul. If it's defense, the Eagles will get another, or if it's a defensive foul, the Eagles will get another chance. If it's a foul against the offense, and it is, holding is the call. Hollis declines it, so nothing happens there, so makes the score 24-6. We'll step away. Welcome back, Hollis Tiger football, as the Eagles just scored but did not convert the two-point conversion. Now they're going to be kicking off. Back deep to receive the kickoff will be Connor Bennett. He's lined up right about the 24-yard line. Knuckleball kicked off, landed on by number 5 for Hollis, Lincoln Braun. And so good job by Lincoln. His first game as a varsity football player. So congratulations to that young man on his first play as a varsity squad member. He did a good job, and certainly seeing Lincoln out there brings our memories back to his dad, who had been the football coach here and did a great job as the coach for Hollis. And proud of that young man representing. Brings up 1st and 10 for Hollis. Ball sitting at their own 41-yard line. As they break the huddle, Caden Rollins will be down on the ball. Brody Shelby right up underneath center. In the backfield is Braxton Wisnet. Going in motion, Zach Mefford. Brody keeps the ball himself, gets wrapped up in the backfield and brought down. A big tackle for a loss that time. Number 71 for the Eagles. That's Kason Fulton, as he did a good job of getting into the backfield. About a 3-yard loss that time for the Tigers. That'll bring up 2nd and 13 from, let's see where they're going to place the ball. Probably about the 38-yard line, and indeed they do. So 2nd and 13. Brody came over again to get instructions from Coach Trent Shelby. Hollis breaks the huddle. Connor Bennett at the far end of the line. You've got Rowdy Randall this end of the line, both in tight end positions. Brody takes a snap, goes around the far end, pitches it out to Braxton. He turns up the field across 45-30. Getting across the 50 down to about the 44 inside Eagle territory. A big run that time. That is enough for the first down. Let's see where they're going to place the ball. They actually end up placing it at the 47-yard line. I thought he was inside the 45, but apparently he stepped out on the far sideline. Didn't see that. But it is enough for the first down on that nice run. And a great job pitching the ball out by Brody. As Brody takes the play to the huddle. They break the huddle. Caden Rollins down on the ball. Braxton Wisnet, sole set back. Zach Mefford lined up as a slot back over on this side. Brody keeps the ball himself this time, comes up through the B-gap, turns back up the field, cuts away from several defenders, finally gets brought down about the 40-yard line. But that was a nice run that time, as Brody picked up about 7 yards, I believe. That'll bring up 2nd and 3 as the ball sits right at the 40-yard line inside Eagle territory. Substitution coming in for Hollis, number 13, Parker Sikora comes in. He'll take the place of Connor Bennett. Brody over here talking to his coach and catching his breath a little bit. 4:50 to go here in the first half. Hollis leads 24-6. And they will call timeout. We'll take a timeout too. You stay tuned. You're with the Hard-Hitting Tigers on Hollis TV, a Paragon TV network. Welcome back, Hollis Tiger football here on Hollis TV, a Paragon TV network. And as we get ready here for after Hollis took that timeout, 2nd and 3 for the Tigers. Ball sitting right at the 40-yard line inside Eagle territory. Good time to hydrate right there. And I'll tell you what, with as hot as it is, you've got to be aware of possibility of cramping. And fortunately, it wasn't in the triple digits the way it has been in recent weeks, but still a very hot day today. As Hollis comes out on the field, they go into a huddle. Hollis has done a good job scoring so far today. They scored 1 touchdown in the first quarter, 2 in the second. We'll cover that in the halftime show. As Brody Shelby up underneath center, keeps the ball himself, gets wrapped up in the backfield. Number 44, John Gunter. Gunter's a lineman both offensively and defensively, and he tackles Brody. And so that'll bring up 3rd down and 3 now. No gain on the play. Actually, they move it up just a little bit back to the 40, so no gain on the play. It looked like a slight loss, perhaps, where the ball got placed at first, but they did move it back. So Brody again comes over, talks to Trent Shelby, the coach for the Hollis Tigers. We've got a really good coaching staff here for the Tigers. Just a lot of great guys. Zach Medford goes in motion. Brody drops back, calls the signals, now gets the pitch, or the handoff, pitches it out into the hands of Braxton Wisnet. Flag comes down at about the 40-yard line. I'll tell you what, I saw that thing sailing it. The guy who threw it was about 30 feet away from where it landed, so that was a good throw. So now we'll see. They're talking to the coaches on the far side, so I think it's probably against Hollis here. Okay. Let's see what the call is. Holding is the call. It's declined by the Eagles. And so loss of yardage on the play. It's about 4th and 5 now. And so somewhere between 4 and 5 yards to go on this. Hollis lines up to run a play here. Brody Shelby up underneath center. Braxton Wisnet, the sole setback. Zach Medford on the slot back position. Brody drops back looking to pass. Flings the ball upfield. Wide open is Zach Medford. And he gets up to the 10, 5, and brought down inside the 5, close to the 1-yard line. That was a huge, huge run. A 44-yard run, or pass play, rather. And Zach Medford just found a wide open spot on the field and just set up camp there, and nobody was defending against him, and he takes it all the way down to the 1-yard line. So it's 1st and goal from the 1 for the Hollis Tigers. Brody takes the play into the huddle. 3:11 to go here in the second quarter. Hollis up 24-6, an 18-point lead. As they come to the line of scrimmage, Braxton Wisnet, again the sole setback. Brody right up underneath center, keeps the ball himself. Tries to get in, but I don't think he made it that time. Brings up 2nd down and goal. No gain, no loss on the play. Gunter again on that tackle. Rick Scorpy just said he thinks he'd run away from Gunter. Having seen the way that guy tackles and how physical he is, I don't think I'd want to be in the same county with him if I was on a field. Again, Hollis breaks the huddle at the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. This time, give the ball off. And touchdown, Braxton Wisnet took it in on a 1-yard run. So now Hollis will go for the 2-point conversion again here. 2:09 to go here in the second quarter. (30-6) is the score. A chance to take it to a 26-point lead here. Hollis breaks the huddle. Connor Bennett is in the backfield this time. Brody Shelby up underneath center. Brody takes a snap, pitches it out to Connor. He doesn't handle it, falls on the ball. So unable to convert it. And so the score 30-6 now. And so 2:09 to go. We'll step away. You stay tuned. You're with the hard-hitting Tigers on Hollis TV, a Paragon TV network. Welcome back. Hollis Tiger football on Hollis TV, a Paragon TV network. Chip Moore here, Rick Scorpy on the computer. And who's running the camera upstairs, Rick?
Oh, Pantoja.
Max Pantoja. Appreciate him. He's done a fine job. We actually have him up on the roof with the camera, and so that's a little different setup. As we get ready for the ball to be kicked off, Ray Cruz will do the kicking duties. Again, a little knuckleball thing. Taken at about 40, muffed. Hollis scrambling, trying to get back, but falling on the ball was number 15 for the Eagles. That is Isaiah Gibson. He's the one who got a good return on it last time, but not able to do so this time. As a matter of fact, last time he took it all the way up the field for a touchdown, and so Hollis lucky or fortunate or however you want to say that he muffed that one, because that young man has some wheels. .205 to go here in the second quarter of play. Hollis up 36. Eagles in shotgun formation. Pass off on the wing, far side, wide receiver. Brought down. Caden Rollins in on the tackle. Ball was received by number 80 for the Eagles. That is Landon Bruce. He was lined up as a wide receiver. And so now Landon comes out wide to the left, or wide to the right. Another wide receiver out far to the right. Single setback, flanking the quarterback in shotgun formation for the Eagles. He drops back, looks past, goes to make the pass to Bruce again, and this time it gets tipped, and he's not able to get it. Good thing he didn't on his sake, because Connor Bennett was right there, and Connor almost was able to chase down the tipped ball. So that brings up 3rd down and 4 now for the Eagles. Ball sitting at the 39 inside Eagle territory. Bruce goes out far to the left. You've got Jake Shirali coming out wide to the right. Quarterback Horton right up in the shotgun formation. Drops back looking to pass, brings the ball down, turns up the field, gets a first down out to the 50, and brought down on the far side of the field about the 46-yard line. Rowdy Randall in on the tackle that time for the Tigers. 1:18 to go here in the second quarter. Hollis leading 30-6. Saw a beautiful picture on Facebook from the other night when we had the middle school games going on with the sunset, and it was just perfectly beautiful red sky over the behind the press box. The picture was taken from the far side of the field. Just a beautiful, beautiful picture. I can't remember who made that one. Quarterback takes the ball, hands it off. Caden Rollins tackles number 12. That is Landon Richardson, the ball carrier. No gain on the play. Timeout called. We'll take a timeout too. You stay tuned. You're with the hard-hitting Tigers on Hollis TV. Welcome back. Hollis Tiger football as Hollis is hosting the Wilson Eagles. Hollis is up 30-6 with 1:06 to go here in the second quarter of play. Both teams have used one of their timeouts. They both have 2 left in the game. As the quarterback for the Eagles is in shotgun formation, pitches the ball out over into Shirley in the backfield, and he gets knocked out of bounds, and Trent Shelby gets knocked down. And the whole host of Tigers there helping him back up.
He already has a bum knee.
And so that was a big loss. A lot of clapping from the fans. And so he's going to.
He broke his wrist.
Oh, yes. Looks like he could have messed up his wrist here. So now, as the Eagles go to make a pass play, it gets tipped and no good. So that brings up 4th down and 15 for the Eagles. I think Trent's probably going to be going to the emergency room. And one of the things I realized several years ago about myself, the older I get, the easier I break and the harder it is to recover. And so we hope all is well for Trent as he gets ready to go. And so now, Eagles back in punt formation. Nobody back to receive the punt. Oh, Connor Bennett. I couldn't see him through the window post. But the ball takes a Eagle bounce down to the 10-yard line. Hollis will get the ball there. And so now the assistant coaches, 45.7 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Looks like Jeremy Robinson's taking over calling plays at this point with Coach Shelby gone. Hollis is leading 45.7 seconds to go here. Brody takes the play into the huddle. And that's the good thing as I look back at last year and this year with both Jeremy and James Pruitt. They've worked with Trent, and so they know the program well, this being their second year working his program. And so now Brody Shelby up underneath center, takes a snap, brings it over this way, looks, comes around the end, has a good block out in front. He gets out to the 15. So a 5-yard pickup for Brody on that run. That brings up 2nd and 5 now. 35 seconds to go, so just over 10 seconds used up on that play. Brody comes over and talks to Coach Robinson. Tell you what, Jeremy Robinson definitely had a history with the Hollis Tigers as a player. Whether you're talking football or basketball, and just enjoyed those years because Jeremy was in the same grade as my son. So as Brody keeps the ball himself, gets up across the first down, gets out to the 25. So a 10-yard pickup for the Tigers. Actually, a 11-yard. They place it at the 26-yard line. First down. Clock continues to roll. 23 seconds to go here in the first half. Hollis up 30-6. Hollis breaks the huddle. Connor Bennett at the far end of the line. Nobody out wide. Here comes Brody, drops back looking to pass. Flings the ball down the field this side to Connor Bennett. Gets the pass and brought down and out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. He's a little slow getting up, but appears to be okay. Probably got the wind knocked out of him the way he landed on the ball. 2.5 seconds to go. As coming back in for Hollis, number 47, Ray Cruz. Timeout called by the Tigers. We'll take a timeout too. Hollis leading. Welcome back. Hollis Tiger football here as we have game 1 of the 2022 season. And I didn't do it back at the beginning of the game, but folks, did you realize it's football time in Oklahoma? And we are loving it. So it always seems like a long off season between the time that graduation takes place and the time that football starts. And so as Hollis, with 2.5 seconds to go on the clock here in the first half, ball is at their own 47-yard line. They've had some big plays. Need a super big play. Ray Cruz goes out wide to the far side. Rowdy Randall in the slot to the far side. Nobody in the backfield. Brody Shelby, Rowdy Randall was in the slot rather. Brody Shelby drops back looking to pass. Has time scrambling, gets away from a defender. Great protection for Brody. He flings it down the field. It's caught by Rowdy, and he gets flung to the ground. And that will end the first half. I'll tell you what, we'll go ahead and keep it right here for right now, and we'll do the halftime statistics real quick, and then we'll take a bit of a break. For the Hollis Tigers, they did a great job scoring. They scored 30 points here in the ball game, and it all started back in the first quarter with 7:49 to go on the clock. Braxton Wisnett ran the ball for 2 yards, taking it in. Went for the 2-point conversion, a pass to Zach Mefford, made the score 8-0. Then in the second quarter with 11:52 to go, we see Zach Mefford running the ball 10 yards, got the ball in. They went for the 2-point conversion, and it was good, as it was a run by Braxton Wisnett. Again in the second quarter with 6:51 to go, the ball was run by number 15, Rowdy Randall. Actually, I believe that was a pass play. It ended up being a 30-yard play as they went for the 2-point conversion. It was a run by Braxton Wisnett, and it was good, made the score 24-0 at that point. And then the Eagles scored with 6:40 to go on the kickoff return, a great job by young number 15. That was Isaiah Gibson. He ran the ball back 75 yards for a touchdown. They went for the 2-point conversion, but were unable to convert it. Then, finally, with 2:09 to go here in the second quarter, a 1-yard run by Braxton Wisnett. He took the ball in, went for the 2-point conversion, not able to get it converted. So that made the score 30-6 at the half. We'll go ahead and we'll step away, but we'll be back. You stay tuned. You're with the Hard-Eating Tigers on Hollis TV, a Paragon TV network.
You've heard us talk about the Bank of Western Oklahoma. Now let's hear from one of their actual customers, BG Bisco.
With the Bank of Western Oklahoma, it's more of a personal relationship. It's not a corporate bank. It's just how they've treated me. So God's always been in my life. So He's completely guided our way along with the bank. You know, if I didn't have my financial partner with David and the bank, you know, I don't know where I would be, but also if I didn't have God, where would I be?
The Bank of Western Oklahoma, where people really do come first. Member FDIC.
Roger Mills Memorial Hospital is a member of our local community, offering quality, affordable health care right here at home. Roger Mills Hospital offers big town technology locally. They have qualified, caring staff to assist you in all your health care needs. If you'd like to improve your quality of life, don't hesitate to contact the Buster Rural Health Clinic at 580-497-3333 or Roger Mills Memorial Hospital at 580-497-3336, 501 South LL Males, Cheyenne, Oklahoma.
No storm is too powerful for new Purina Wind and Rain Storm Minerals, formulated with ultimate weather resistance. That means more minerals in the feeder and available to your cattle. Wind and Rain Storm Minerals provide more consistent intake and balanced mineral nutrition to optimize herd health and breedback rates. See the difference at your local Purina dealer or visit cattlenutrition.com. Wind and Rain Storm Minerals, another way Purina is building better cattle.
Back to school. Now your worries about the kids going over on their data plans are back. Mom and Dad, this is for you. Right now, make the switch to Pioneer's unlimited data plans. Don't let data overages and high cell phone bills be something you stress about this school year. We have a plan for everyone. Let Pioneer handle your worries by stopping at a local office today to learn how you can save. Visit gopioneer.com for details. Some restrictions may apply.
Janning Welding and Supply LLC in Elk City is one of the largest metal and weld-on fitting suppliers between Oklahoma City and Amarillo. They also offer expert welding and fabrication services, plus provide oil field trucking and hauling. Since 1997, the Jannings have provided quality work backed by reassuring customer service and are truly thankful for their loyal customers' trust and business. And after-hour service is always available. Visit Janning Welding and Supply, 918 North Van Buren in Elk City, or online at janningwelding.com.
Welcome back, Hollis Tiger Football on Hollis TV, a Paragon TV network. We're glad to be here with you this evening as Hollis leads at the half, 30-6, and our thoughts and prayers are certainly with Trent Shelby, who ran into and slid into and took a hard fall and ended up having to leave, and so we hope all goes well for him. As we get ready to start the second half, Hollis will have possession. The Eagles had won the toss back at the beginning of the game and elected to receive. And so now as we start back up, Hollis will be defending the goal to the north, the Eagles the goal to the south. Hollis will be receiving the kickoff. And so as we get ready for the Tigers' special team to come out to receive the kickoff, Hollis is leading 30-6, and I'll tell you what, I kind of wish Rick had a headset on, because I'll tell you what, sometimes it's fun to have somebody to talk to. But it's just, I honestly, Hollis is, it seems, aside from a few penalties, they've been playing their game so far tonight, and it seems that they've been in control almost constantly. The one exception was there was a kickoff where number 15 for the Eagles took the ball 75 yards on the return. That was Isaiah Gibson, and that was an impressive return. Now we're back with Hollis lined up to receive the kickoff. Deep ball goes out of bounds about the 20, so that'll be an illegal procedure. Hollis will get the ball, I believe, at the 35-yard line as a result of that errant kick. The way that works is if you kick the ball and it goes out of lines beyond the 35, the ball gets brought out to the 35. If it goes out before it gets past the 35, they get the ball where it goes out of bounds. And so if you kick the ball all the way into the end zone, the ball gets set at the 20. So this is a 15-yard advantage based on the fact that the ball went out of bounds instead of going into the end zone. But getting the ball into the end zone, that's a 60-yard kick, and that's difficult for high school players to be able to do. I've even seen some pros have some challenges with that from time to time. And so now, as we come back to action, Hollis will get the ball at the 35. Caden Rollins down on the ball. Brody Shelby up underneath center. Single step back is Braxton Wisnett. Braxton gets the pitch, comes around this end, has some good blocking out in front, turns up the field, gets knocked out of bounds about the 41-yard line. See where they're going to place the ball. Looks about 41 or 42. Right at the 42, so it's second and 4 for the Tigers after a 6-yard gain. Again, Brody came over and talked to Coach Robinson, who's calling the plays now. Brody gets the snap, hands it off up the middle. Diving forward with the ball is Braxton Wisnett. That should be enough for a first down. It is, as the ball is at the 47-yard line, 48 we'll call it. First and 10 from the 48 inside Hollis territory, as they very quickly are matriculating the ball down the field. In the past two plays, they've gotten about 18 yards. 13 yards. Nobody told me there'd be math involved. Brody Shelby up underneath center, calling the signals. Going in motion is Zach Mefford. Brody keeps the ball himself. He finds the gap, cuts back across the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, turns back into a defender and gets wrapped up and tossed down right about the 15-yard line. What a run by Brody as he goes 37 yards, on that run. The ball is actually setting just right on the 15-yard line, so yes. A good run that time by Brody. I thought they had him at one point, but he all of a sudden saw, like the parting of the Red Sea, a lane open, and he was able to make a cut and take advantage of that and then turned up the field. Did a great job. 1st and 10 now for the Hollis Tigers. As they come to the line of scrimmage, Caden Rollins down on the ball. Brody Shelby right up underneath center. Braxton Wisnett, the sole setback. Zach Mefford over here in the gap. Give the ball up to Braxton. He cuts up and falls forward to about the 10-yard line. I'll tell you what, that wasn't the most graceful run you'd ever see, but he was doing a good job breaking away from defenders and picked up more than where he originally was contacted. So now Brody will bring the ball bring the play into the huddle. As they break the huddle, Braxton Wisnett will line up in the backfield. Connor Bennett lined up at the tight end spot this end. Rowdy Randall, tight end spot, other end of the line. Brody keeps the ball himself this time, tries to get around the end, turns up the field, gets the ball in, it looks like, for the touchdown. And they do call a touchdown. 10-yard run that time by Brody. And so now Hollis will go for the 2-point conversion. They lead by 30 now, 36-6. 9:44 to go here in the third quarter. As they get ready for the 2-point conversion here. Nobody out wide, tight formation. Brody gets the ball, looks into the end zone, goes to make a pass, gets tipped behind the line of scrimmage, and so it falls incomplete, and so they don't get extra points that way. Makes the score 36-6, 9:44 to go here in the third quarter. We'll step away. You stay tuned. You are the hard-hitting Tigers on Hollis TV, a Paragon TV. Welcome back. Hollis Tiger football as we get ready for the kickoff. Ray Cruz to do the kicking duty for the Hollis Tigers. Back deep to receive for the Eagles is number 15. That is Isaiah Gibson. And the ball goes out of bounds at 25. There's the flag. So just like happened when the Eagles kicked it off, now Hollis kicks the ball out of bounds. Flag comes in. Eagles will get the ball at their own 35-yard line. 36-6 is the score with 9:44 to go here in the third quarter of play. It was a really good first half for Hollis Tigers, especially that second quarter. I thought the first quarter they played very well. They were on defense a lot more in the first quarter than they were the second quarter. But Hollis's defense, the only time the Eagles have been able to score so far tonight was on that kickoff return. And yeah, that's what it was. Every time Hollis has had the ball, I believe they've scored. They may have punted it away once. I can't remember for sure. Eagles in shotgun formation is their quarterback, Colin Wharton. He has a running back behind him and one flanking him. Wide receiver, wide left and wide right. Wharton looks to make a pass. Gets broken up, almost intercepted by Caden Rollins right at the line. And, Caden is not, you can tell he's disgusted with himself, but that was a great play by Caden. Gotta love it, as the youngest dinosaur on that old TV comedy, The Dinosaurs, used to say. Gotta love the baby. Gotta love that play. As we come up to the line of scrimmage, Ryan Carlisle down on the ball. Their quarterback is in shotgun formation. He drops back again, looking to pass. Here comes pressure. Caden Rollins has him wrapped up and tackles him for a big loss at about the 27-yard line. So that's about an 8-yard loss that time. And so now it is 3rd and 18 after a great job. 2 plays in a row by Caden Rollins. He certainly is doing a good job. Ball sitting right at the 27-yard line inside Eagle territory. And Hollis's defense tonight has shown themselves to be fairly stout. And so now, as they line up, quarterback in shotgun formation, single setback, back behind him. He's looking to pass on the snap. Now brings the ball down, flings it across, and tries to get it into the hands of number 80. And it just falls in front of him. You just can't get to it. That's Landon Bruce. And so now that brings up 4th down and 18 for the Eagles. And at this point, you would definitely expect them to kick the ball away. Okay, there's an indication of an illegal shift against the Eagles. But Hollis declined it, I believe. Actually, the indication I saw was that Hollis was declining the ball, or the penalty. And so now the Eagles are lined up in punt formation. Back to do the punting is number 15. Oh, that's a short punt, lands at the 40, and just dies right there, basically. And so a very short punt that time by Isaiah Gibson. Or excuse me, that was not Isaiah Gibson. That was Alex McKendrick. And so now it'll be 1st and 10 for Hollis. Ball sitting at the 40 inside Eagle territory already. So Hollis with a short field with which to work here. They lead by 30. 36-6 is the score with 8:47 to go. And as they get ready to break the huddle, see, there's a bit of a discussion going on out at the center part of the field. The official talking to the defenders for the Eagles. It's not slowing things down. It's just we're waiting for Hollis to break their huddle here. And as the whistle blows, Hollis was waiting for the whistle to blow so that they could resume action. And it blew, so here they come to the line. Caden Rollins on the ball. Brody Shelby up underneath center, calling the signals, takes the snap, drops back, looking to pass. He's being pursued, turns up the field, floats a pass into the hands of Zach Mefford at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Zach turns in and gets knocked out of bounds about the 7-yard line, it looks like. Great pass play that time. They went from the 37 to the 7, so a 30-yard pass play, and most of that was yards after catch. Great job again by Zach Mefford getting wide open. I think if I was a coach for our future teams, I'd be sure to tell my players, don't let Zach get wide open like that. Somebody's got to be on him because he's converted time after time and has shown himself. Brody's good at passing the ball, and Zach does a great job catching it and then running with it. So as we come back to action, Braxton Wisnet lined up in the backfield. Zach Mefford lined up, goes in motion, pitch the ball to him. He turns up the field and gets hit in the backfield. I think he lost about maybe he didn't lose anything. John Gunner in on the tackle. And so that brings up 2nd and goal from the 8, almost the 9, it looks like. Or 7, yeah, it is at the 7. Tell you what, when you're looking at the strange angle over from here to the far side of the field, the further down the field it gets, the harder it is to tell exactly because the yard marker stands back away from the field a bit. And so the Tigers come up to the line of scrimmage. Brody Shelby up underneath center, calling the signals. He takes a snap, keeps the ball himself, turns up the field, gets just inside the 5, down to about the 2. And so that'll bring up 3rd and goal now from the 2-yard line. 7:37 to go here in the third quarter. nice little run that time by Brody to pick up that yardage. As he comes over again and talks with Coach Jeremy Robinson to get the play. Hollis comes to the line of scrimmage. Zach Mefford lined up on the hip of the tight end over this way. Flags come flying out. I think somebody moved early. Encroachment or offsides is the call against the Eagles. That will move the ball half the distance to the goal line. So instead of 3rd and goal from the 2, it's 3rd and goal from the 1. So a very short field with which to work for the Hollis Tigers. As Hollis breaks the huddle, Connor Bennett comes to the end of the line this side. End of the line the far side is Rowdy Randall. Zach Mefford lined up off the hip of Rowdy. Single setback back behind Brody is Braxton. They pitch the ball to Zach, came out of sweep, and just takes it in. Touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run by Zach Mefford. And so now Hollis will go for the 2-point conversion here. Second touchdown here of the second half with 6:46 to go in the third quarter for the Hollis Tigers. Got folks in the stands singing or humming the fight song because the band, as has been the case, gets the third quarter to take a short break after being out during halftime. Hollis not able to convert the 2-point conversion. They got wrapped up in the backfield. So 42-6 is the score. We'll step away. You stay tuned. You're with the hard-hitting Hollis Tigers on Hollis TV. Boy, we're glad to be back with you with Hollis Tiger football here in Will Husband Stadium, home of the Darrell K. Royal Field and the Don Fox Fieldhouse. I'll tell you what, the school has put together a nice program and the ball goes out of bounds on the kickoff. Again, a flag flies, so again, the Eagles will get the ball at their 35 inside their own territory. But there's a lot of history in the program this year that talks about why this stadium is named after Will Husband, why the stadium is named after Darrell Royal, and the role that Don Fox has played in helping improve this community during his life. And so 6:46 to go as the Eagles come out to the line of scrimmage from the sidelines. Eagles line up in shotgun formation. Back to receive the snap is Colin Wharton. They're trying to pull Hollis off sides. Almost worked, but it failed is the important thing. Here comes the snap. Horton drops back looking to pass. A lot of pressure. He flings the ball down the field towards number 4. That's Jake Shirali. And the ball gets knocked away. Great job defensively over there. as you had Rowdy Randall and Brody Shelby both over there on defense. Just a great job. Shirley virtually had nowhere to go. The ball was very close to getting to him, but a great job defensively by the Tigers. Their defense has impressed me tremendously tonight here against the Eagles. As the Eagles come to the line of scrimmage, Colin Horton is in the shotgun formation. He has two running backs there in the backfield. Takes the ball, hands off Shirley, who is the tailback, and he gets knocked out of bounds. No gain on the play. And as we saw, a great job there again. Zach Mefford, Brody Shelby, and Connor Bennett all right there. So no gain on the play, brings up 3rd and 10 for the Eagles. As they look over to the far sideline for the play to be called in, signaled in. A lot of hand gesture movements over there. Reminds me of the guys on the deck of an aircraft carrier. Down on the ball is number 72, Ryan Carlisle. He'll be doing the snap. Back in the backfield is the quarterback. He flings it out into the hands, and we have a flag down in the backfield as the receiver for the ball was a running back, and he got the ball in the backfield, got up to the line of scrimmage, picked up maybe a yard. But there is a flag on the field. Holding is the call against the defense. Hollis will decline. That will bring up 4th down and 10 for the 10th down and 4. 4th down and 10. I told Rick Scorpy that, the football team has spring or fall training camp. They don't have that for announcers. But I try my best. As we come back to action, it's actually 9.5 yards to pick up the first down. They are lined up in punt formation. Back to do the punting duties is Alex McKendrick. Whistle blows, flag flies. I'm thinking it was. Yes, it is. Delay of game. So that'll back them up 5 more yards. And so the ball goes from the 36 down to the 31 when they move it here. Hollis refused the penalty, so still 4th down and 9. Again, still Kendricks in the backfield, or McKendrick, to do the anticipating punt. Nobody back for the Tigers. Here comes the punt. Booming punt, lands at the 35, takes a big eagle bounce as it rolls all the way down to about the 21-yard line inside Tiger territory. So Hollis will get the ball 1st and 10 from their own 21 with 5:47 to go here in the third quarter of play. During the last break, Rick and I were talking about it would have been good for the Hollis Tigers to have converted their last 2-point conversion, because right now they're up 36 points. If they were up 38 points and scored another touchdown with another 2-point conversion, that would put them with a 46-point lead, and that would end the game early, possibly. But now they have to score twice in order to get to the 45-point lead without allowing the Eagles to score at all. Not sure that will happen, but that's the route that it would have to take at this point. Hollis breaks the huddle. Caden Rollins down on the ball. Brody Shelby right up underneath center. Single set back is Braxton Wisnett. Here comes the snap. Coming in motion is Zach Mefford. He cuts up through the B gap. Turns up the field. Spins away from defenders. Dives forward. Picks up the first down, I believe, as he does get out to about the 33-yard line. And so it's 1st and 10 Hollis from the 34, actually. Nose of the ball right about the 34. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Still in their own end of the field, but that was a nice little run that time by Zach. 5:25 to go in the third quarter of play. Hollis up 42-6. Brody takes a snap, hands it off into the hands of Braxton Wisnett. He gets out to about the 39. So he picks up about 5 yards. That brings up 2nd and 5 now. Titus Billy just checked the board for the Hollis Tigers. Tell you what, Titus is a friendly young man. I've gotten to visit with him a couple times, and he can put a smile on your face, that's for sure. As we get ready, Hollis breaks the huddle. Titus lines up as the left guard. Down on the ball, Caden Rollins. Brody Shelby right up underneath center, single step back. Hollis hands the ball off to Braxton Wisnett. He drives up through the B gap, falls forward to about the 42-yard line. Be about a yard and a half short of the first down. That'll bring up 3rd down and 1, I'll call it. It's a long 1 or a short 2. Brody again comes over and talks to the coach and gets instructions. As Caden Rollins lines up in the backfield. Brody keeps the ball himself and follows the lead block by the center. And the ball came out, but it was knocked out by the ground, and so across 35 picks up the first down. I'll tell you what, was that Titus Billy that made the block that time and opened up that hole? Whoever it was did a great job, and Brody just able to follow them through. JT Salazar down on the ball now at center. Caden Rollins in the backfield, gets the handoff, takes the ball up to almost the 50, picks up about 4.5 yards that time. They'll put the ball actually at the 49, but a nice little run there by Caden, giving Braxton a chance to catch his breath here. Also, Parker Sikora in for Hollis. So Hollis is giving some of their second-string players a chance to get some time in here. So down on the ball, number 54, JT Salazar. Brody Shelby up underneath center. Caden Rollins in the backfield. Zach Mefford was back there. Brody comes around the end, runs up the field, slides down after he got across the 45 inside Eagle territory. That'll be enough for the first down, I believe. And so they do say first down. Go ahead and move the chains, gentlemen. 2 minutes, 16 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Hollis up 42-6. So it's 1st and 10, ball sitting at the 44-yard line in Eagle territory. Hollis, like I said, has done a good job just methodically moving the ball down the field tonight throughout the game. Brody takes the snap, hands it off into the hands of Zach Mefford. He goes around the far end, dives forward, gets out across the 40. Brought down, they're going to mark him about just inside the 40. Toe of the ball just about 6 inches off the 40-yard line on the inside of the 40. So now it brings up 2nd down and 6 after a 4-yard gain. Almost 5. 2nd down and 5, I'll call it. Brody up underneath center. Caden Rollins is a single set back in the backfield. Brody gets the snap, turns up the field through the B gap, gets out across the 35, and the official who's marking it over here is marking it right at the 35, so it'll be just short of a first down. So this will bring up 3rd down and inches. Only has to pick up about 6 more inches, I think, or so, to maybe the length of the football to pick up a first down. 46 seconds to go here in the third quarter of play. Hollis up 42-6 over the Wilson Eagles. As they break the huddle, JT Salazar down on the ball. Brody Shelby up underneath center. Single set back is Caden Rollins. Off to this side, you have Parker Sikora. They give the ball off to Caden Rollins. He cuts through the A gap and gets a nice little run. Carrying players with him, gets inside the 30, down to about the 28. So a nice little run that time by Caden. That picks up first down for the Tigers. Ball sitting at the 28-yard line inside Eagle territory. Eagles also bringing substitutions in, swapping out some players, getting some fresh legs in there. 4 seconds to go here in the third quarter. They're going to just let the clock tick down. We'll step away. We'll be back shortly. Hollis leading 42-6 after 3. You stay tuned. You are the hard-hitting Tigers on Hollis TV. Go ahead and get those, because then it'll be hot throughout, or cold throughout, rather. Folks, we're glad you're with us tonight here on Hollis TV as Hollis leads after 3. Their defense, I mentioned it earlier, but Hollis's defense has not allowed a touchdown by the Eagles offense. And I can't remember when the Eagles offense was in the Hollis end of the field. Here carrying the ball for Hollis, number 1, Connor Bennett. He came around this end and takes the ball up the field a bit. Hollis now defending the goal to the south or the right. Eagles the goal to the left. Hollis picks up the first down as the ball gets just inside the 20, down to about the 19, it looks like. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Connor Bennett, now the quarterback for Hollis. He takes the play into the huddle after talking with his coach. Connor Bennett up underneath center. Single set back is Caden Rollins. Going in motion, Zach Mifford. Connor keeps the ball himself. Goes out around the far end, turns up the field, falls forward, picks up a few yards. Hard to tell from this angle just how far he did get. See where they're going to place the ball. They place the ball right on the 15-yard line. So brings up a 2nd down and 6 as they've got to get to the 9 to pick up the first down. JT Salazar down on the ball. Connor Bennett up underneath center. Single setback is Caden Rollins. Zach Mifford off to this side. Connor Bennett keeps the ball himself, turns up field, and gets down inside the 10, it looked like. I can't tell for sure. Maybe right at the 10-yard line. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 1 as the ball is sitting right on the 10-yard line. Connor comes over and talks to Coach Jeremy Robinson to get the play to take into the huddle. One of the things I've always enjoyed about Hollis Tiger football is the way younger boys help out so many ways. Ball gets pitched into the hands of Caden Rollins. He turns up the field, gets enough for the first down, and then some. but driven out of bounds along the far sideline, down at about, looks like about the 6-yard line. Can't tell for sure. So it'll be first and goal from the 7 is what the scoreboard says. So as Hollis breaks the huddle, JT Salazar down on the ball. Connor Bennett calling the signals. In the backfield, you have Caden Rollins. Connor takes and hands the ball to Caden. He tries to get up through the B gap and gets stood up right away. There is a penalty flag on the field. False start is a call against Hollis. That'll back him up 5 yards. So instead of first and goal from the 6, it'll be first and goal from the 7. It'll be first and goal from the 12. So now, again, Connor came over to talk to Coach Jeremy Robinson. He got the play, takes it back into the huddle. They break the huddle. JT Salazar down on the ball. Titus Billy off to his left. Connor Bennett up underneath center, takes the ball, pitches it back. Caden Rollins finds a lane, comes around the end, turns up the field. He gets taken out of bounds. Some side, looks like inside the 5. So it'll be second and goal from the 4 after that nice 8-yard run. Well, they say it's second and 6. Or second and goal from the 6. Have a hard time seeing exactly where the ball is in relationship to lines sometimes. And I just got new glasses. As Hollis breaks the huddle, again, Connor Bennett up underneath center. Caden Rollins, the sole set back. Connor gives the ball off to Caden. He dives forward, and he gets in for the touchdown, a 6-yard touchdown run by Caden Rollins. That will make the score 48-6. So 9:32 to go here in the fourth quarter. As Hollis is leading by 42 points. They will go for the 2-point conversion here. Connor keeps the ball himself and just runs around the end faster than everybody else and takes it in. So Connor Bennett makes the score 50-6, a 44-point lead. We'll step away. You stay tuned. You're with the hard-hitting Tigers on Hollis Tiger TV. Welcome back, Hollis Tiger football. Ray Cruz about to kick it off again. Tell you what, Brody Shelby kicked the ball off the very first time for Hollis. Big arching kick taken at the field. Fair catch called by number 21 for the Eagles. That's Dakota Chatham. And so the Eagles will get the ball at about the 41-yard line. That will be their starting field position. And they've had almost every one of their possessions they've picked the ball up between the 35 and the 45, most of their starting playing positions. But they've had a hard time getting into the Hollis territory, very deep at all. 9.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Hollis is up by 44. As the quarterback's in shotgun formation, Horton drops back, looking to pass. Here comes some pursuit. And they've got him wrapped up and tossed down. Several players there for Hollis. Trying to see who all it was. Ryan, Wyatt, Carlos, and JT. My, oh, my. I mean, it was like, let's have a meeting at the quarterback. And Carlos Garcia, JT Salazar. What a job those guys did. Brings up second down and about 16 after that 6-yard loss. Oh, false start as wide receiver comes across. He was almost at linebacker position before he realized, oops. And all of a sudden, it was like he turned on the brakes all of a sudden and just floored the brakes and came to a stop. 8:45 to go in the fourth quarter. Hollis up 50-6. It's a 2nd and 21 now. Hear people muttering about wish we'd got some of those second 2-point conversions. Quarterback throws the ball away. Pass was intended for Shirilli, but it goes too wide for him. He had some defenders right on him as well. That'll bring up 3rd down and 21. Not quite an area code, but awful close. Ball sits at the 29-yard line. Knows the ball at the 30, actually. 8:26 to go. Hollis up 50-6. Quarterback in shotgun formation. Horton drops back, looks to pass over the far side. Shirilli's over there, and he gets hit and knocked out of bounds. A nice little pass play as that one went into the hands of Jake Shirali. And there's a penalty on the flag, or penalty flag on the field. See what they're going to call here. So the referee and one of the, I believe it's the line judge, sideline judge, are having a discussion over there.
Make a call. Let's go.
Well, still waiting to get the call in. Still some discussion going on between the officials. Okay, let's see. They're going to back the Eagles up, it looks like. So let's see what the call is. Dead ball, personal foul against the Eagles. So that's a big penalty. That'll be a 15-yarder. Moves the ball all the way back to about the 15-yard line. And it's 4th down. So actually the ball is right about the 20-yard line, excuse me. But so it's 4th down and 28, almost 30, where the ball got set. And so with 4th down, nobody back to receive the anticipated punt for Hollis. Here it comes. Ball lands at the 50 and goes sideways. Finally is touched dead by number 21 inside Hollis territory at the 49. Ball was made dead by Dakota Chatham. You know, that's a name that I've called a few times tonight, and he's clearly a player who makes some plays here and there, recognizably. So, Hollis will get the ball at their own 49, 1st and 10 for the Tigers, 8:09 to go. If Hollis scores a touchdown between now and the end of the game, that ends the game because they will be up by more than 45 points. Hollis, several second stringers in there now, maybe even some third stringers. Connor Bennett up underneath center, single step back. I can't see the number on him right now. Creed McQueen 49, gets across the 45, brought down there, number 49, down to the 44. Nice little run that time by Creed. He's got some fast legs, and that makes it second down and about 3. Nice little 7-yard pickup that time by Creed. He just saw the open. It's like he goes from 0 to full speed in no time flat. So Creed again is lined up in the backfield. Connor Bennett up underneath center. Again, they give the ball to Creed. Again, drives through the line of scrimmage. He's not a big guy, but he just makes other bigger guys not fall to the ground. That is a first down after Creed picks up the yardage needed and then some. Ball now at the 37-yard line inside Eagle territory. I guess we could go for a big dose of Creed McQueen right here because they haven't shown that they can really stop him. And when you're picking up 7-8 yards a hit, again, this time Connor keeps the ball himself, comes around this end, across 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, cuts back in inside the 5 and knocked down short of the goal. But that will be first and goal from about the 5, maybe the 6-yard line here. Where it depends on where they mark it. They mark it at the 6, it looks like. So it's first and goal from the 6 with 6:55 to go. As Hollis comes to the line of scrimmage, quarterback up underneath center right now is Lincoln Braun, number 5. He takes the ball, gives it off into the hands of Creed McQueen, dives forward. I believe he's in. Yes, he is. Touchdown. 6-yard touchdown run for Creed McQueen. And so now that makes the score 56-6, a 50-point game. So, oh, I thought we scored. We did not. They counted it short. Ball is at the 1-foot line. So, as Lincoln Braun gets the ball, hands it off to Creed. Creed falls forward and gets the touchdown. So, a 1-yard touchdown run by Creed. And that will end the game. Hollis wins this one with 6:02 to go in the fourth quarter. Let's go ahead and talk about how this game has gone for the Hollis Tigers. Great game tonight for the Tigers as they end up winning it 56-6, a 50-point victory. The only touchdown scored The only touchdown scored by the Eagles was when their returner ran a 75-yard return in the second quarter, 6:40 to go at that point. They were not able to convert the 2-point conversion, so that's how they got their 6. For Hollis, first quarter, they scored once, 7:49 to go. We had Braxton Wisnett running the ball 2 yards in for the touchdown, and then a 2-point conversion passed to number 33, Zach Mefford, made the score 8-0 at that point. In the second quarter, with 11:52, you had Zach Mefford running the ball for 10 yards. They went for a 2-yard run by Braxton Wisnett, got that one to go for the 2-point conversion. 16 points then for Hollis. Third touchdown by Hollis there in the second one in the second quarter. 6:51 to go. Ball was in the hands of number 15, Rowdy Randall. A pass play, took it 30 yards, went for the 2-point conversion. It was a run play by Braxton Wisnett that they scored on. 24 points then for Hollis. 2:09 to go in the second quarter. Number 22, Braxton Wisnett, ran the ball 1 yard for a touchdown. Hollis not able to convert the 2-point conversion. Third quarter, Hollis scored twice, once with 9:44 to go, once with 6:46 to go. And Brody Shelby and then Zach Mefford each ran the ball in for a touchdown. Brody for 10 yards, then Zach for 1. Scored at that point, didn't convert either of the 2-point conversions, made it 42 points. Then finally in the fourth quarter, scored twice, 9:32 to go. The ball was ran in by number 9 for the Hollis Tigers, Caden Rollins. And a 6-yard run, not able to, or they did convert the 2-point conversion at that point. ball was 2-point conversion by Connor Bennett taken into the end zone. Gave Hollis 50 points. And then finally with 6:02 to go in the fourth quarter, Hollis takes the ball in the hands of Creed McQueen and runs it in for the touchdown, a 1-yard run. And so that's how things went. Well, folks, be sure to join us next week as Velma Alma is coming to town. Enjoyed having you all with us. Hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy the 3-day weekend. But join us next Friday at 7 p.m. as Hollis hosts Velma Alma, the Comets, here on Hollis TV, a Paragon TV network.